This is a service marketplace. This is where if you have a service, you can be able to put up that listing and have your clients not only make appointments with you there, but also just like browse whatever it is the service you do, see if you're someone they'd have doing that service for them. So it's kind of intuitive, it's pretty straightforward, it looks a lot more professional. Now we're gonna go over a little, not a little bit, but the gist of the platform, what you can do on it and what it allows you to do. But first things first, to do all that, you're gonna need to create an account. What you're looking at right now is the landing page. This is where when you first go on the website, this is where you're gonna see all the listers, and then as a client or someone looking for a service to be done, you can specify what you're looking for, specify your location, so your city, your state, and it'll populate everyone that meets that criteria that's put up a service for that particular service in that location for you. But again, first things first, to be a lister, to put up listings and to interact with listers, you're gonna want to create an account. So at the top right, you're gonna see a sign up page. If you've already signed up, you can log in, but I'm assuming you haven't signed up yet. So on the top right, you're gonna see a sign up page. That is gonna take you to this page. This is where you're gonna fill in your Gmail, you set up a password, your phone number, all that information, which will help, if you are a lister, it'll help you with, your clients trying to contact you. And if you're a client, it's going to help you with, um, setting up appointments with a lister, just so they can be able to contact you if anything comes up. But mainly your email is going to be crucial here. And then make sure your password is good. You can also upload a profile picture if you want. That's up to you. It's going to make it look a little bit better. Personally, for me, I would go for that. I would take a little bit extra time to make my profile look a little bit better. That's up to you. But once you do have your account set up, you're gonna get an email confirmation. All you're gonna want to do is log into your email with the same email you used to sign up, and you're gonna click on verify email from the email you received from us. Now, once you've done that, you're gonna hit login, and it may ask you to sign in to put in your information one more time. Just go ahead and do that, and you should be able to sign in. Now, once you're signed in, you could always go back into your settings. As you can see in the top right next to sign out, if you click settings, it'll take you to your settings and you can, tweak anything, change your password, whatever it is, change your username, change your profile picture. If anything doesn't look the way you want it to look or you want to change it, maybe you want to try something new, feel free to do that in your settings page. Now, we're going to come back to this page a little bit later because it is crucial, especially if you are going to become a lister and you're going to list your services on here. But for right now, this is all you need to know. But we'll come back to it. Now, if you go back to the browsing page, um, here is all the listers in the listers that pop up. So what we're gonna do is if you click on that logo on the top left, it looks kind of like an eight. It'll take you to the home page. Now, here is where you're gonna create a listers account if you do want to become a lister. So if you click on where it says create a listed account, that's going to take you to the form page where you're going to pretty much fill in your information and get your profile going. And then you're going to be able to pop up on the browsing page once you're all set up. So it'll look something like this. So first things first is the banner picture upload. Here you can set up whatever picture you want. It's up to you, whatever you feel like would help attract clients to your listing profile. I would recommend you spend a little bit of effort on that and get that dialed in. And then once you have that dialed in, you can set up your city, your state. This is where you're going to be based. So that's again going to help clients find you based on your location. Bio, whatever descriptions you need in there to help describe your service, describe pricing, include contact information, whatever you feel would be helpful in clients who are looking at your listing profile. You can go ahead and throw that in there. For services, here include the actual name of the service you want to include. For example, I'm doing car detailing. My price is going to be 60 for that. And then if you hit add another service, you can add in a whole new category of a service. So for example, car washing for $30. And then again, haircuts. And you can do this for however many services you need or you want to offer. You don't have to do all of these. If you're fine with one, let's just say I do babysitting, one is enough. This is more for if you have multiple services you offer. You can set that up here. All right. And then once you're done, all you want to do is hit register. Might take a little bit, just give it a second here. And it'll set up your listing profile for you. Now, once it's done doing that, it'll take you right to your profile and you can see everything in one place. Now, if anything does not look right here, you can always, again, edit it, get back to that in a second. But as you can see, all the services I offer are here. Now, if you want to upload images to, again, help attract those clients, you can do that. If you hit upload image, you can choose what service you want to assign this image to. So for example, let's say car detailing. Let's say I want to assign a picture to car detailing. I'm just going to choose car detailing off my options here for my services. And then I'm going to choose a file. You can have that file saved on your computer. It's just going to be an image. Choose that image, drop it in, and it'll upload the image. Now you may need to refresh this to see it, but again, I'm going to go ahead and add a couple more for gutter cleaning here and car detailing just to show you guys what it would look like once it's all done, right? Now you might need to refresh your page again to see these populate, but they should pop up like that. It might look a little bit, it's going to look different for you with the different images you have, but this is what I got. All right? Okay. Now you can also click on these images. This is more for the client or whoever's looking at your listing profile. They can click on these images to get a better look at them. Let's say they want to analyze how good your work is. They can look that up, or they can look at that just by looking at the picture. Now we're gonna go back to the editing your profile or your settings page. Now if you're a lister, you're gonna see you're gonna have an extra tab. This tab is edit lister profile, not just regular profile. And here you're going to be able to make any changes you need except for the images because that one you have to do back on the profile. But you can make any changes like the services you're offering, your bio, your username, any of that stuff right there. Now, going back to your profile, if you hover over these services or if you're on mobile, if you click on these services, if you're a client, you can see the price as the lister set it up. So for example, if you're car washing, you can see 30. If you're gutter cleaning, you can see 60. That's how I had it set up in my profile. So it'll populate like that. Again, if you do want to change this as the lister, if you're John Doe in this case, if you hit edit profile, you can go in and change these up to however they reflect your services. Okay? Now, as a client, you can request your appointment right at the bottom right. It's gonna ask you what services you wanna make an appointment for with this lister, when, so the date and the time, and any special notes you have for the lister. So let's say you wanna ask them something like let's say for haircuts, like do you know how to do a certain style, and you wanna get that information, you can go ahead and just put that in the special notes, and the lister can take over from there and get in contact with you if they need to. Okay. Now, once you request that appointment, now this is going to go back to the listers. The listers can manage all of these appointments in their dashboard. So let's go to the dashboard real quick and you're going to see what that looks like. Okay, so we are now in the dashboard. Again, this is John Doe's listing profile. So John Doe is in his dashboard right now. If he scrolls down, you can see he has a new appointment come in. Again, we just requested this appointment. Whatever the reason is, he can accept or deny this request, and it'll notify whoever requested it your appointment was accepted or denied, and it'll give him more information off of that. Okay. Now let's say we accept this appointment. What it's gonna do is gonna populate that into John Doe's calendar. That way he can keep track of all his upcoming appointments, his previous appointments, whatnot. He can cancel appointments. If you click on it, if you click on the date where that appointment was set, if you click on that notification, the one in this case, it'll give you all that information. You can cancel that appointment if you want, or maybe even reschedule it, but that's a feature we're gonna add into. But you can do that right on this dashboard. Now we're gonna go back to the landing page. This is where the listers are gonna be popping up. This is where you're gonna be searching for those listers. And if you're a lister, this is where you're gonna be found, where your profile is gonna be for those people who are looking for you. So let's say we're searching for people in Washington. If we put that in our fields and we click find, it's gonna show us all our listers in Washington. I do want to note that most of these profiles here are dummy accounts, so obviously there's not much to see. That's where they look all grayed out and whatnot. So there's not much information. But again, you can still search. You can search for moving servicers or moving listers. It'll pop up. Now remember, we created a listing profile for John Doe. What we're going to do is we're going to search for John Doe either by his service or his city. And we're going to see what that looks like. What I'm going to use is I'm going to search for him by haircut because I know that's the service I put. If we put in haircut for the service field and we click find, John Doe should pop up and you're going to see a glimpse of everything you need to know about John Doe and his services. Now, as you can see here, we can see the haircuts. That's the service we looked for. John pops up as one of those listers. And if we want to search for him by his location, let's say I'm just looking for listers in Boston that maybe do haircuts. I can type in Boston, Massachusetts and click find, and boom, John should pop up along with any other lister that's in Boston, Massachusetts. And then if you like the profile, let's say I like John Doe's profile, I do want to have him give me a haircut, I can hit view his profile and that will give me more information, give me a look at his photos, see if he's actually qualified for what I want or not, and have more information that I need in order to request the appointment with him. And this is pretty much it. This is the gist of the platform. Listers create their accounts, they dial in the services they want, and it'll pop up for anybody looking for them, whether by location or whether by the service they offer. The potential clients can find them through here. So thank you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to reach back out to us. We're interested to keep working on this with you guys' help. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, and have a great Thanksgiving.